Introverts make inspiring yoga teachers. Why? Because introverts are in touch with their true voices. They can really use their sensitivity and intuition to sense others' energy level and listen to others really carefully. If you are the introvert and you have hard time to create and publish your very first yoga teaching video on YouTube, I am here for you. My name is Yin Qi. Qi is my last name. I am a Kundalini yoga teacher and nutritional therapy practitioner. I started my Kundalini yoga practice 5 years ago, and I had never thought to teach because I can be extremely nervous to be in front of a crowd. Then what made me a yoga teacher today? Well, a little story about myself. I started my career decades ago as a capital market analyst. We trade financial products like bonds or stocks, and we evaluate our trading performance. So in simple words, that was my job. The job in nature is fast-paced and high pressure. Because of the job, I lost balance of my life. I even lost myself. I couldn't go to sleep. I got depression, and I got very sick physically. I got so sick that I had a surgery because my endocrine system was just not functional. And that was in my late 20s. After the surgery, I went back to the same job. And again, I spent many years living a stress life until I find Kundalini yoga. After years of yoga practice, I found that Kundalini yoga really helps me tremendously. It helped me melt down my stress. It helped me find the balance of my life. It also helped me to find my confidence back. I stopped criticizing myself. So after my yoga practice, I strongly feel that I have a message to share with the world about Kundalini yoga. And this is why that I become a teacher today. You might be thinking that being a good yoga teacher, you must delight to be the center of attention. You must feel very comfortable to be in front of a crowd. What I can tell you is, it is not true at all. I used to think that way until I nervously delivered my first few sessions. What I learned from my teaching is introvert qualities of sensitivity, compassion, intuition make me a trustworthy teacher. And being trustworthy is far more important than being entertaining in the teaching. Now, if you are still with me so far, I have a good news for you, because I'm going to share with you a few things that I think can really help you effectively so that you can create your very first yoga teaching video in just 2 hours. Okay, let's begin. First of all, you always want to remember and you always want to remind yourself that yoga teaching is not about you. It's about helping others. Yoga is magical and healing on its own. It doesn't need you to do the magic. What you need to do is simply to be in the class and sharing your knowledge with your students or your audience. That is everything you need to do. Number 2, think about who you want to help. and how you want to help. These two questions are very, very important questions that will deserve our time and our consideration. They are also the most time-consuming step in our 2-hour-long video shooting, creating process. But you do want to make sure that you spend enough time on these two questions. You want to be very specific about your who and your how, because the more specific you are, the better results you can expect from addressing these two questions. So for example, instead of saying, I can help everyone to be better, you may want to say, I want to help moms that are suffering from stress. You see the difference? I hope this example gave you the clarity to help you think about your who and your how. Number 3, once you define your who and how, you should come up with 5 poses. Each pose is about 3 minutes long. So total, your video is about 15 or 20 minutes long. You don't want to shoot a video that is longer than 20 minutes. You also don't want to shoot a video that is way too short, because you want to make sure that you share your knowledge, you share your message with your students, with others, clearly and effectively. So what I suggest to you is that think about 5 poses and make sure you include 2 poses that are warm-up poses. You always want to start your teaching with warm-ups because you don't want to hurt or upset anyone. Now, number 4, I highly recommend that you should write down your poses in order on paper. You write down the instructions on paper. You also write down why you think your poses can help your students, can help your audience to solve this very specific issue that they have, a very specific question that they have. This is very important. You want to deliver your message very clearly on this so everyone is on the same page. Okay, number 5, and this is our last point here. You don't need fancy device to shoot video. Cell phone can do the work just fine. However, you do want to make sure before you shoot your video, all the devices you use, your cell phone, your camera, your cell phone or camera stands, your Mac, anything that you're going to use for your video, you want to make sure that they are working before you start shooting your video. This is very important. And since this is your very first video, you want to find a quiet place to record it. So what I can suggest you is that you find a quiet room in your home and make sure your background is clean and neat. It doesn't need to be fancy, but you do want your background is clean and neat. You want to record your video in morning on a sunny day. So the light is beautiful. Your video is not too dark, it's not too bright, it's just fine. Okay, and then you can go ahead and record your video for about 20 minutes long. And there you go. You have your very first teaching video now. So if you think about these 5 steps, again, thinking about who you want to help and how you can help is the most time-consuming step. You may spend 30 minutes to an hour on this step. And then prepare 5 poses, write them down, and memorize them. That may take you another 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And then next is find a clean room, quiet room to start shooting your video for 20 minutes. So in total, it's just about 2 hours, right? You see, recording your very first video doesn't have to take long time. It's not so difficult, isn't it? Well, if you like today's video, give me a thumb up. If you have any questions or if you want to see more videos like this about what you can do, leave me comments below. I'll make sure that I read your comments and I will create more video for you. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.